Like, how did you go from
Every
idea
detail
to...
will start.
We were lucky that we had a professor who introduced us to the concept of minimum viable product very early on and when we were thinking about this. So we were committed to testing it while we were still in school. So we're like, let's do 2 months of this. Let's put samples in a box. Let's see if people will pay for that. Let's see if they convert to full-size products on our website because we introduced them to it. And let's see what brands are interested in. Like, are they excited about the fact that we can give them ROI data? Are they excited about the fact we can connect the profile of these customers to their purchase behaviors and feedback that they give us? And we checked all those boxes with a small test, only 200 customers, only 8 brands.
2 months.
So do the brands
2 months.
give you the samples for free with the hope that it'll lead to then an upsell?
Yeah, so that was part of understanding what was going to happen in the beta. So part of this was going to brands, and neither of us are from the beauty industry, and talking about the pain points. And they're really happy to work with Birchbox because we have built this entire model to address the things that they're not getting elsewhere. So to Haley's point, they don't really have opportunities in most of their sampling efforts to measure what happens. But even taking a step farther back, they don't know who gets a sample, and they can't control if she gets it and if she values it. So when we came up with the idea, we were really focused on what are the pain points of sampling today. And one of the biggest ones are just this lack of control, and also that a customer really values what she's getting. So that's why they want to work with us.
Okay, so
and that's actually where we started, was getting brands.
So sort of knowing, so the brands knowing the kind of just having the feedback as to whether...
Closing the loop was huge. Like, you couldn't have done that without the online platform that we built. Offline sampling is throw samples in a bag, cross your fingers.
At point of sale. And also getting someone to pay for a sample. That was huge. When we started, we cold emailed these brands and we said...
The samples are given away generally for free.
Or as
a gift with purchase. So it depends on how you want to think about it. Technically, that's the brand's perception, was that people don't pay for samples.
I see.
And we said...
So that was one of your key risks you wanted to figure out.
Yeah, we wanted to test that assumption. Would someone pay if it was curated, if it was special, if we helped them see why they should care about it? And that just inevitably means that they value that product differently than if you hand it to them or throw it at the bottom of a bag. This is something that is completely anticipated, treasured. They don't know what's coming. They know that they have filled out a profile and that something's coming, but they've paid $10 and they're just waiting for this delight moment that we hope they have every month.
So we're a retail channel. Like, we hold inventory, we have an e-commerce shop on our site, but we're also a marketing channel. So we serve a variety of needs for these brands. And some of them are really looking to get a lot of social media buzz just to get their samples in the hands of valuable customers. And other ones are really focused on, give me a better ROI than I see with other options I have for sampling.
So the ROI ones are wanting to see that you send out end samples and you get this many purchases. And
Not necessarily just that, because there's also the value of the impression and the value of the fact that they're getting other people, because a lot of what happens in terms of the earned media happens online and social media. So blogs and blogs, and suddenly something where their initial reach was...
Do you track kind of
that?
We do. Some of your customers. How do you do that? I'm just curious.
Well, we monitor everything that's happening online in a pretty manual way. We have to say okay, who is talking about each one of our products and brands, and we try to aggregate the themes and the impressions that those bloggers and bloggers, in addition to just strict editorial, are getting, and tell them. So we don't say this is how you should value that media, but we definitely tell them this is what's happening as a result of
So
sampling.
the brand kind of gets back first to sort of the direct response purchases, and then secondly a report on kind of how much buzz and sort of impressions and things.
Yeah, and then also qualitative feedback. So we have a loyalty point program on our site. That was one question we had to crack, was how do we get people to buy through us versus other channels? So we developed a loyalty point program, earn points, redeem them for discounts in our shop. And one way you earn points is through feedback surveys. So we ask people, did you love or hate this product? Had you heard of this brand before? What's your intent to purchase? And then also just write a novel if you want to about what you thought of the product.